Thank you all for tuning into Big Mama Story Time. Story Time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment to my page. Here we go. Hi guys, thank you all for tuning into Big Mama Story Time on today. Today I will be reading to you all another Pooh. Owl's World. It's a Disney's Pooh. Disney's Out and About with Pooh, a Grow and Learn Library, Volume 18. I believe this is going to be all about Owl. Okay, let's get started, guys. Most of the time, Piglet tried to be a very brave animal. He did well in the mornings, and afternoons were an especially good time. It was just nice that bothered him. One night, Piglet was lying in bed trying to fall asleep when he heard a sound. He dived beneath the covers, sure that he was surrounded by monsters. Really, Piglet? Okay, let's see. Never know. It is late at night. It is creepy at night, y'all. He heard the sound again. It seemed to be coming from outside. Piglet peered out the window and saw a shadowy creature scuttling across his yard. He only caught a glimpse of it, but he was sure it was a heffalump, the most dreaded monster in that 100-acre wood. He could tell because it lumped around along the ground and had a heffish sort of look. Piglet went back to bed, but he was too frightened to sleep. So he went to see his friend Winnie the Pooh. Pooh, what are we going to do? Asked Piglet, wringing his tiny hands. Pooh paced back and forth, saying, "Think, think, think." Finally, he stopped and said, "We could have some honey." That is his thing for everything, y'all. That's his solution for everything. Honey. A short time later, the honey jar was empty and Pooh was full. He looked up and said in a sticky sort of voice, "Piglet, I don't know much about creatures who go bump in the night, but I think I know someone who might." And so they went to see Owl, who was perched outside his house reading a book. "Ah, there you are," said Owl, as if Pooh and Piglet always came to see him in the middle of the night. "I was just reading about owl inventors. Did I ever tell you?" "Pardon me, Owl," said Pooh, "but I was just wondering if you have another kind of book on things that make noises in the night, such as heffalumps." Well, you just won't ask Owl. Owl's sleeping at night. He lives at the night. Owl gazed kindly at Piglet. "The best way to learn about the night isn't from books," he said. "It's about going out and seeing for yourself. Would you like to do that?" Piglet shivered. "Could we wait until tomorrow morning?" But Owl had already flown off his perch and was setting off down the path. "Come along now," he said. Pooh and Piglet looked at each other, then joined hands and followed out into the forest. Oh, wow. Okay. Don't be scared. As they passed beneath the tree, Piglet noticed tiny lights flickering on and off in the sky. "What are those?" he asked. "Fireflies," said Owl. "They're a type of flying beetle. They light up to send each other messages." While the three friends watched the fireflies swirl ahead of them, lighting their way. Guys, I used to love fireflies when I was younger. We used to put them in a jar. But poke holes into them and everything so they light up, or we'll put them in our hands so that they light up and stuff. But that was when I was younger. But I just want to give y'all a little something about my younger lives. Some animals, such as piglets and Pooh Bears, go to sleep when it gets dark. Owl continued, but other animals rest during the day and come out at night. You may not always see them, but you can often hear them. For instance, do you hear that sound? "Pardon me," said Pooh, patting his tummy. He says his stomach growling, huh? Owl smiled. I didn't mean your tummy noise, Pooh. He said, I was talking about that chirping sound. It's made by crickets. Crickets talk a lot, don't they? Said Piglet. Yes, they do, y'all. Oh my God. And I live in a suburban area where crickets is just loud everywhere. Oh, they don't make that sound with their mouths, Owl explained. They make it by rubbing their wings together. The hotter it is, the faster they rub and the more they chirp. Oh, didn't know that. That's something new, y'all. I didn't know that one. Pooh tilted his head to one side and said, now I hear a croaking sound. I know that one, said Piglet. It's a frog. Sometimes frogs come out in the daytime too. Owl said, frogs especially enjoy nighttime because it's cool and their skin stays nice and wet, just the way they like it. Okay, I don't live around frogs, y'all, and I barely even see them, so. But I know they make that sound. Suddenly, there was a noise behind them and Piglet whirled around. There it is, he cried. The heffalump. Owl and Pooh turned to look, but the heffalump was gone. I saw it, really, Piglet told them breathlessly. It was right there, lumping across the path. Oh, bother, said Pooh. I just remembered something I need to do at home. What is it? Piglet asked. Pooh said, hide under the bed. You can go home if you like, said Owl, but the more you learn about things, the less frightening they are. It's even true of heffalumps. Then let's keep going, Piglet said in a small but very brave voice. And that is true, y'all. The more you learn about things, the less frightening you are. Because I've learned some stuff and I'm not frightened about them no more. Not just because I'm older, but because I learned. Owl led them through the forest saying, not all nighttime animals make loud noises. Sometimes the only sound you hear is a soft rustling of leaves. It could be a mouse, a fox, a deer, or some other animal. I hear a little buzzing around, said Pooh, swatting his neck. Owl said, that's a mosquito. They come out at night along with lots of other insects. Okay, so now I can't do the mosquitoes, y'all. I get bit like crazy. Like crazy. I'm going to make it so y'all can leave comments. Do y'all get bit as much? Because I get bit a lot to the fact I can't go out at night. Or I'll be red. All right, let's keep going. Owl bent down and showed them a bunch of white flowers. Animals aren't the only things that come out in the dark, he said. Some plants only bloom at night, like these honeysuckle blossoms. There's a butterfly on one of them, said Piglet. Owl said, that's not a butterfly. It's a moth. Moths fly at night because they like the sweet smell the night blooming flowers make. Oh, see, I didn't even know that either, y'all. I'm learning things just as well as y'all. There are another noise behind them. This time, all three friends whirled around hoping to catch sight of the heffalump. Sure enough, there it was, standing in the middle of the path. See? A heffalump! That's not a heffalump, that's a possum, cried Piglet. I told you! Pooh would have answered, but he was busy hiding behind Piglet, who was hiding behind Owl. Pooh and Piglet thought Owl must be scared too. Instead, Owl started to chuckle. I'm sorry to disappoint you, Piglet, he said, but your heffalump isn't really a heffalump at all. It's a possum. And it's probably more frightened than you are. And possum is another kind of animal that comes out at night. Y'all, I just learned about possums. And possums are not scary. They don't do all that stuff that I've seen on TV. It's really good to read up on things and to really get the understanding of these different type of animals, bugs, insects. Because it will be very informative for you all. Oh no, said Pooh, looking at the motionless creature. I think we scared it to death. No, that's called possum, laying possum. Possum pretending to be dead. Owl rolled the possum over, then picked it up by its tail. The possum still didn't move. Owl explained, "It's not really dead, it's just pretending. That's the possum's way of protecting itself so that other animals won't bother it." The possum is strange looking, Owl went on, but it's really quite interesting. It has a pouch for carrying its babies, just like a conga. A kanga is basically a kangaroo, y'all. It has thumbs almost like the ones that people have, and it uses its tail like a washcloth. Not only that, it eats almost anything. As he set the possum back down, the first rays of sunlight came peeking through the branches. Owl yawned. "I'm getting sleepy," he said. "I think I'll go home and take a nap." "Me too," piped Piglet. Pooh brightened. "Time for breakfast. Maybe I have a little smack roll of something." "Yeah, honey, Pooh." It had been a busy evening. Piglet and Pooh had learned about the nighttime, and they had met lots of new animals. Fireflies, crickets, frogs, mosquitoes, moths, and even an opossum. Piglet smiled. The next time he met a heffalump, he might just decide to be brave and say, "How do you do?" After all, a heffalump might be another interesting creature of the night. We don't know yet. All right, guys, that is the end of that. That was Pooh's Owl's World, Volume 18. Thank you all for tuning into Big Mama Storytime on today. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to my page if you haven't done so already. I thank you guys for tuning in and continuing to support my page. I am so grateful, so blessed, and so honored to have you all continuing to look on my page, because you all can look other places, but you decide to, show me support. But I thank you guys. Bye.